Hi, I'm Abby, and I'm here with Annika. We are going to be talking about our Girl Scout Silver Award project. For our project, we decided to make a butterfly peace garden. Throughout this video, you will learn about the monarch butterfly, peace gardens, what we have done to finish our project, and its impact on your community. Annika and I are Girl Scout cadets. A Girl Scout cadet is a level in Girl Scouting for girls between the ages of 11 and 14. The Girl Scout Silver Award project is the second highest award in Girl Scouting. You can only earn this award when you are a Girl Scout cadet. The project is about leadership and working with your community. The goal you are striving to achieve when you start this award is to create awareness towards something and make a lasting impression of that cause on your community. For our project, we decided to combine our two ideas into one. Annika wanted a place for peace and relaxation, and I wanted a place to help the endangered monarch butterfly with a native garden. First, we addressed our community needs. We asked ourselves, what is a problem that we could help resolve? I realized that there has been a lack of butterflies and someone needed to do something about it. Butterflies are a sign of a healthy environment and ecosystem. They also provide pollination and natural pest control. One reason the monarch butterfly is endangered is because of a rise in genetically engineered crops. That means that people are altering crops to be resistant to herbicides. Herbicides are sprayed on the crops to kill the weeds around them. This is bad for the butterflies because the herbicide is killing milkweed, which is the only source of food for the monarch caterpillar. Annika had realized that there has been a lot less peace these days. She thought that peace gardens were great ways to spread peace. It gets people out to go enjoy nature. Studies have shown that even just looking at nature and enjoying it improves your emotional state. The second step we needed to do for our project was to find a place where the peace garden would be located. We chose the Good Shepherd Lutheran Church. We chose this specific place because it is where our Girl Scout troop meets and it had the perfect piece of land. The next steps we had to take were to actually get the church to let us use their land for the garden. We met first with the church ground committee to ask their opinion. Once they were on board, we met with the church council to ask for approval. Once they all agreed, it was time to start the manual work on the garden. After the brick-making event, we spoke at one of Pastor Teresa's services to create awareness towards our project. Our speech did have its ups and downs, but we got our message across. We made sure to polish up our speech for the next time we went somewhere to speak and promote our garden. The next thing we did was dig up grass to mark the area of the garden. Even after placing the plastic, the grass wasn't fully dead, so we did this to help. This part of the project was probably the most manually difficult. It took us 2 hours to complete. After digging up the grass, we put down compost and then planted the plants. We also had Ryan Cook from Cook's Creative Carving business to handcraft our bench. It was my job to make sure the bench came out just right. After planting, composting, and implanting the bench, we mulched. We recently tried to work on a YouTube video with other Girl Scouts who have previously earned their Silver Award, but we didn't like the way it had been turning out, so we tried it a different way. We held a ribbon-cutting ceremony on August 7th to celebrate our brand new butterfly peace garden. Something very special about this garden is that everyone can enjoy it, even if you are on the other side of the world. Butterflies migrate, so when you see a butterfly, it might be from our garden. The purpose of this garden is to have a positive effect on people everywhere. People getting out and enjoying nature and its natural beauty and getting some peace is great for the human body. And I learned that I'm capable of doing more than I thought, and I don't need to worry about things so much.
One of the first things we did while working on the garden was laying down plastic. This worked fairly well, but when it was finally time for us to start the physical work, it was still extremely hard. Another thing that we did was give a speech at my church. We had to first schedule a time with the minister, Pastor Teresa. We met in her office and told her all about the project. It was really cool to hear her thoughts on it. Soon after, we contacted Tracy and Tony about speaking at the Good Shepherd Church as well. We went and met up with the two of them. They gave us the A-OK and we scheduled a date and time. When we went to speak at the congregation, we told them all about our project and how they could help out. We needed people to come and help us make bricks to line the garden. The next week was the brick event. Me and Abby had expected a few people to show up. We had tons of volunteers and people donating to us and giving us advice. We not only had the youth come and help, but also the adults and seniors. We showed them how to make the bricks and directed them in every way we could. Everyone was so helpful to us, and at the end we offered snacks and drinks to anyone who came. After we finished planting and mulching the garden, we went and spoke in one more place to help spread the awareness. For a while, I had been in contact with a senior center called Madonna Meadows. We went to the center in June and gave our speech. All the residents were absolutely amazing, and they gave us a lot of insight on our project. It was so cool to see what our project looked like through someone else's eyes. After that, we simply mulched one more time of the garden and it was finished. Seeing what all our completed work looked like at the end was incredible. I have been thinking recently about what our project actually did, what the success of this garden means for our community, how we measure what we actually did. We can have a good look at what our garden did through a few different sources. The first one, though the least obvious, is the butterflies. This garden will not only impact a few butterflies, but a great number of them. You see, the butterflies that will stop here need a rest. They will lay their eggs on the plants, and soon these eggs will hatch. These eggs will turn into caterpillars, which will then turn into butterflies once again. These butterflies will migrate and lay more eggs, and the cycle will happen once again. With this project, we are making people aware of something that is truly a simple fix. Every single plant is helping the monarchs because of the connection everything has. We are showing people this and encouraging them to plant their own gardens. Another way we are measuring the success of our garden is through the people who visit. Nature has a psychological impact on everyone who experiences it. Nature has been proven to help people recover faster mentally and physically. Everyone who visits this garden will be helped in one way or another. We took many steps to reach the goals we had set for ourselves. With every flower we planted, we took one more step towards our goal. It took a lot of work, such as getting outside our comfort zones and contacting people who we had never spoken to before, to speaking in front of large groups of people. Every time we completed one of these things, we got nearer to the goals we had. During this project, I learned a lot about myself as a person. I have realized that I am capable of leading large groups of people. I now know that I will be able to use these skills to help more and more people do things they never thought they could do. Our project is finally finished, and through all our hard work, we are glad to say that it will be sustainable for a long time. Not only through the actual garden, but through the awareness we have created. Our garden will be sustainable through the idea that it gives people. Now that the community around us knows it is easy to help the monarchs by planting gardens, they will do the same. Our garden inspires people to make a difference, and that in itself is sustainability. I have discovered a lot about myself, some things which I have already covered, such as my newfound leadership or my new knowledge about plants. But I've also learned more. I learned that I, as an individual, have a lot of influence on my community. I've also learned that if I work hard enough, I am able to create great things and inspire people to do the same. I've learned how to work better with my procrastination, and possibly most important, I have learned that if I work at it, I am able to overcome obstacles that stop me from reaching my goal.